Howdy y'all, Stock Warden here, back with another rocket stock video. And today we're looking at the Geron Corporation that falls underneath the ticker GERN. Now for this full stock and company analysis, this is probably going to be a little bit of a long one, so y'all get settled in, saddled up, and I'll get y'all lassoed right into this one. Because this one is definitely one that didn't need to stay in the shade, and I'm so happy that this one was able to come out to the light so I could share this to the rest of the community and all of you great people here on the channel. So, without further ado, Geron is a commercial stage biopharmaceutical company aiming to change lives by changing the course of blood cancer. Now, cancer is one of those things that has a lot of the health marketplace baffled and has put billions of dollars into research and development. But Geron has actually started putting in first-in-class telomerase inhibitors. And it's called Rytelo, which is their actual product to help combat changing blood cancer. And it has been approved for use in the United States and the European Union for the treatment of certain adult patients with LRMDS with transfusion-dependent anemia. So what that means is that, in more medical terms, is that there are different things inside your blood that your body can end up changing with the bone marrow that inhibits the telomerase activity, which increases malignant stem and progenitor cells in the bone marrow, which aims to potentially reduce the proliferation and induce death of malignant cells. So what that means is this Rytelo is going to be bringing in more telomerase activity, which will end up slowly killing the malignant cells and getting rid of them, so then it can produce better growth for new healthy cells and not have to keep having this cancerous malignant type cell that's going to end up spreading and destroying all the rest of the cells. So they have a product that has been going through multiple different trials, and they also have another set as well that is called Impact MF, which is phase 3 stage right now. It is a open label, randomized, and it's in a controlled phase 3 clinical trial with registrational intent. So this is another product that they're going to start rolling out soon, but there's not a whole lot on this product just yet until they can get deeper into the human trials and everything else, because they've already passed the first 2 phases. Once they cross phase 3, then there will be a lot more out into the full public impact of what that product is, and when it comes out, I promise you I will end up covering that for sure. So, but a little bit deeper into the company itself. So we did just finish out their Q2 for 2025. They ended up achieving $49 million in the Rytelo net product revenue in Q2 alone. So, in the phase 3 of that Impact MF clinical trial in the relapse refractory myofibrosis is now over 95% enrolled and expected to be fully enrolled by the year's end, which I'm waiting on that to come, because when that comes, that's going to be another product to help boost in a different part of the medical sector that they'll be able to boost into as well. So they have definitely pushed some amazing products. They are looking in the right direction. They have a great mission statement, trying to tackle things that nobody else really can. So their president and CEO came out and talk about all of this through the second quarter, and in quote, this is what this is what they had to say. We are pleased that our sharpened sales strategy is demonstrating signs of commercial success, as evidenced by solid U.S. sales and increased demand across a broadening group of treating physicians. So last quarter, we set out to increase our commercial sales team by 20% and double our medical science liaisons, and I'm pleased to say that we have accomplished both of these goals. We believe our investments in commercial and medical affairs will help to bolster awareness and the adoption of the Rytelo, which is their first-in-class telomerase inhibitor, and with the leadership experience Hair brings to the company, they look forward to further progressing over time. So that's something amazing that this company is going to be talking about. If you kind of dig into the way this stock has progressed over the course of, well, the past year, this stock did have a previous 52-week high up at where a closing high was right at $5.20 a share. Since then, over the course of a physical year, it has dipped down way down into the dollar range, under $2, where it's came back down and is now back in a penny stock. But from its solid dip back down to a solid dollar a share, they have been able to come up over the past month with some great intel, with some great news, especially with this Rytelo coming in. Their second quarter earnings shooting a lot higher than what they originally had thought of. And the business model for the company is just showing that this company is still kind of in the beginning stages, but they are starting to pick up steam. And it looks like they're going to be picking up steam and hitting 2026 with the ground running with another product that is going to be pushed, preserved, and brought out to a lot of different companies and medical providers. So this stock is extremely liable to be able to jump significantly in a short period of time. So that's going to be one to definitely watch, and it'd be a good idea, if you can, get in while the getting's good. So their Rytelo, as I said, had a net product revenue of $49 million in the second quarter alone, which was an increase of 24% over the first quarter. So, and their quarter-over-quarter demand for the Rytelo has increased by 17%, which was compared to 1% in the first quarter, which has now been driven by increased demand from new patient starts. So, and that's also due to them being able to boost their sales team and boost their footprint along the way. So their number of ordering accounts is now over 1,000 and increasing of approximately 400 year to date. So they're boosting product, they're boosting sales, they're boosting the quantity of what they have been using for their research and development for the long run. It's being proven time and time again that it is a product worth using, worth trying, and now they have a second one that is the Impact MF Phase 3 that they're in clinical trials right now, which it's reached over 95% enrollment as of end of July. Full enrollment expected by the year's end of 2025, as I had previously stated. So that product's going to be amazing. But the interim analysis readout for overall survival rates for this Impact MF is not really going to be expected until the second half of 2026, whenever they can truly have enough people that have taken it and tried this in a clinical study to be able to at least have 35% of patient events being able to have a final analysis. So this company does have a long reach with their second product at hand because it is not completed and it's not completely done with all of the trials and phases yet, but it is on the way and it is in the works. And so far, everything seems really good with that product as well. So Their recent medical and scientific presentations, they have presented multiple presentations at the 2025 American Society of Clinical Oncology, also the annual meeting, and the European Hematology Association. So, with all of those different things for these presentations, they are going to support huge benefits for the first class Rytelo, the Rytelo medication that they're going to be using for these trials. So they are doing really well with their product. They're doing really well with their new product, and it's just going to take time for enough trials and enough studies to be done so then they can actually show that they have a really good proven product that works. So now on the company's aspect as it stands, which this will do more for the stock than just news, as since this stock is a penny stock, news is not necessarily going to bolster this stock high unless it's something like a meme stock or a GameStop or a AMC type situation, but this company is not going to be the case. So this stock is going to be directly based on what the company is doing and where this company is going. So their cash and marketable securities, they have approximately 432 million in cash, cash equivalents, restricted cash, and marketable securities, which unfortunately is compared to their 502.9 million as of December 31st of 2024. So they do have a net loss over the past 6 months. So they've had a net loss of 16.4 million, which generates to about 2 cents a share, but they also had 36.2 million also compared into 122 million. So they have significantly been losing month over month slowly, where you can kind of see the downward trend from March, especially back whenever the turn of the year happened. The stock went from $3 a share and it just plummeted and plummeted hard over a lot of the issues that they're having because they're having to spend a lot of the market capital that they have. So it kind of seems like they have a little bit of a turnaround coming in for this month. They've had a pretty good month as far as the stock is concerned for this month. Is this stock going to be something that's going to explode? It is very possible because they do have a product that is already working, it's already being used, and they have a second one that's being boosted into. They're getting more product out to consumers, into more physicians' hands, and they are becoming a more well-known name in the biopharmaceutical space. So this stock is extremely potential to be able to jump to absolutely unattainable heights with them being able to do this because this company is still in kind of the baby phase. So that is whenever the stock is young, the company's young. Well, the company's not young. They've been doing research and development and pushing their product for a long time, but it takes a long, long time to get all of these contracts, all of these products, and to be able to have enough research and development to go into human trials, and then you have to stick with those trials for months and even years upon years, depending on how long it takes to get enough people to try in these clinical trials so you can have a good success to failure. And even in some sense, since we are talking about cancer, you have to talk about a mortality rate along with this, and that takes time, and it takes a lot of time. So, but with their revenue stream coming in really good and hot for Q2, even though they ended up losing a lot of money over the past, 8 months since the turn of the year, then it's very possible, since Rytelo was approved by the FDA in June, in June of 2024, that's where they've been able to start building a little bit more revenue. So, But it kind of seems they're also pushing more product and more resources into their new Impact MF. So they're trying to spread out what they have and to do what they can. So with their market cap being at 912 million, this stock technically should be trending higher than $1.43 a share. So it's not necessarily something that is going to jump one way or the other because of how this stock has been trending so bearish for so long. But all it's going to take is them finishing off a couple more of these contracts to be able to complete a lot of their new clinical studies, have good results, and then everybody is going to know who Geron Corporation is. So this is going to be a stock definitely to see, where they ended up beating sales, they're beating products, they're pushing products, and they're doing an amazing job as far as the company-wide is concerned. They have plenty of money, plenty of assets, plenty of backup. Although they are eating into it, it doesn't necessarily mean that what they're eating into is not helping build the company up as well. With how young it is, takes money to make money. And especially with them doing research and development for cancer treatment, there's really not a price tag for that, y'all, I tell you. Because cancer is one of those things that hits anybody and everybody in one way or another. You never know when it's coming, who it's coming, and it's one of those things that if it can be remedied, and if there is a small sliver of hope that something will take this out, then people will get their hands on it as fast as they can. So, in hopes that Geron's product is a winner, and hoping that their clinical trials have been boosted amazingly since they're getting more out to people and also helping more people as well, then this stock and this company is going to soar to all new heights. So I hope y'all liked the video. If there's anything that I might have missed, I've been researching this company and this stock over the past couple of days, so I'm going to end up probably finding some more out. There was only so much I could get out of it that I could see on the public side of things and on the earning sides of things. So I will be digging deeper into it as the time goes on and as more news comes in. So be looking forward to new videos on this stock to come through. So hope you liked the video. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next video. So this is the Stock Warden, riding off. Y'all come back now, you hear?